She has this sneaking suspicion that her husband might be messing around on her because he hasn't worked in a year. She doesn't know what he does with his time. Like, what is he doing? So a friend actually planted a seed. Hey, maybe he's stepping out on you. And so now that seed is starting to grow. Hey, Audrey, welcome to the Bert Show.
Hi.
Hey,
how are you?
We're good. So you reached out to us asking us to do to catch a cheater, and we did do the Instagram scam on your husband with the information you gave us, but catch people up with what's been going on and why you have this new suspicion your husband may be having an affair.
Yeah, so my husband's been out of work for a year, and I'm getting so frustrated because it seems like he doesn't do anything all day. We have 2 kids. They're at school all day, and then whenever I come home, the laundry's still not done. The house is a mess. Everything is just, what are you doing all day, you know?
Have you asked him? Have you ever been like, hey, man, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I've asked him, and he's like, oh, I'm trying to find a job. You know, I'm applying a job. But, I mean, it's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a huge fight in our marriage. We fight about it, like, every week. And I'm very frustrated. And then I was telling one of my girlfriends this, and she was like, well, maybe he's, you know, talking to someone and hanging out with the person when you're at work. But I was like, well, that doesn't seem like a possibility because I would get an alert if he leaves the house from the security cameras. But maybe he's online talking to someone.
Okay, so you do have like a Ring app or whatever camera. So he's not leaving the home, and you haven't seen anybody come into the home. God, thank God, that would be Oof. The worst.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do that, you can't do it in our home.
Don't do it in the home.
So you haven't seen any of that. So you're just thinking he may be chatting up women online.
Yeah.
But again, would you have ever come to that conclusion if your friend hadn't have planted that seed?
I wouldn't have come to the conclusion, but if it's happening, I won't be super surprised.
And why is that?
I mean, there's some red flags, and we've always kind of gotten, you know, into it a little, like, of him. I say he's flirting. He's always like, no, I'm just really friendly. And it's been a year. And so I'm just wondering, like, that seems like the only logical explanation.
It's nice to have friends.
One person's friend is another person's flirt.
Well, I mean, it feels like because you've never experienced it before that shouldn't be your go-to, but I can understand how if your friend brought it to your attention and it does add up, how you would want to see if there is something that needs some answers.
Okay, I'm also going to take this in another direction really quick because I just want to throw this out there. If he's been out of work for a year and hasn't been able to find anything, and if we're going to believe him, and we're going to assume that, yes, he is applying, he is searching online, and he's just not getting anything. If he's not doing anything around the house, people want to label that as lazy, but sometimes that's depression. Could he possibly be depressed about the fact that he hasn't been able to find a job and just doesn't have the energy to do things around the house?
I mean, that's a great point. If that is the case, then I would love to know that, and then we could, you know, figure out next steps to get him help. But his mood hasn't changed, so yeah, I'm just really not sure what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough because I feel like for most men in that situation, I understand where you're coming from, and you woun't really say anything about it because of your pride and things like that.
Your ego and all of it.
Yeah, but your mood would change. You'd be a little depressed.
All right, so here we go. We did To Catch a Cheater Instagram scam, right? Because you didn't think there was like any one person that you were concerned about. You just thought, well, okay, maybe he is online chatting up women. So we did the Instagram scam, and you gave us his handle, and my friend reached out into his DMs, and she said, hey there, and sent we do it. It's not scandalous picture.
What you call that?
It's a little bit of a thirst trap.
Okay.
But it's
All right.
not full thirst.
Just a little thirst.
Yeah.
Parched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a parched trap. You're not thirsty. You're just, well, no, parched is worse than thirsty.
Is
If you're
it?
parched, aren't you like super thirsty?
I don't know. It's like the first time I ever used it in a sentence.
Okay. All right. I am so sorry, Audrey. We will get back on a task here. All right. So, hey there. And she sent a hot picture of herself. I'm blank. And he did not respond. So she waited for about an hour, actually. And then she hit him back up again and said, hello, ? He did not respond. So she waited about 30 minutes and she hit him back up and she goes, you must be a busy guy. Audrey, he still did not respond. So 30 minutes later, she said, not trying to bug you, just saw your profile and thought you were kind of cute. I have nothing to do all day, so I thought we could chat. He once again did not respond.
Yes.
And then 30 minutes later, she hit him up again. At this point, we probably should have stopped, but
yes.
we always take it like one step too far.
Oh.
And she said, I guess you are too busy. Let me know if that changes, with a smiley winky face emoji. Audrey, he never responded or engaged. Like, not even a hi, hey, like, didn't even turn her down. He just straight up did not engage whatsoever.
And are we sure he opened it? Like it said seen?
Well, I don't have that.
Audrey, listen, this is a good thing, okay? This is a great thing.
I mean, I can hit her up and get back to you, but that wasn't the information that I got in the email. What we just do is like the transcript of what was sent. So I can have her go back and look and make sure that the messages were seen. But here's the thing, Audrey, like, he's at home all day.
Yes.
So if he's going to be doing anything, you think he's going to be, if you think he's online, then he's online, he's on his socials, and one would assume, that's what I'm going to assume, it's been seen.
And she sent 40 messages.
She didn't send 40.
140?
1, 2, 3, 4. She sent 5.
Okay. Close. I rounded up.
But, I mean, this is good, Audrey. This is good.
Yeah, this is great. I'm like super surprised, honestly.
Okay. So here's the deal. Okay, Audrey, this is what I, as a friend, would recommend is, obviously there's something off here. And I know you've been frustrated, and you said this is a weekly fight about him not picking up the slack, or not even picking up the slack, just contributing to the household. So I think you need to go home and have an honest discussion with him and come from a place of love and concern and be like, I know this last year has been tough. I know it's not easy not having a job. I just want to make sure you're okay. And that, if there's anything like mentally, emotionally, whatever, like, let's talk. And how can we get through this together? Huh? Hello? Did we lose her?
Hello?
Okay, there you are.
No, I'm here.
Okay. And so let's talk and let's figure this out, because I'm frustrated and I don't want to take those frustrations out on you if you're dealing with something bigger. You think that's a conversation you can have, or is that one you even want to have?
Yeah, that's something I definitely, that's so helpful. I definitely want to have that conversation with him, because now I think it might be a depression thing.
It might not, but you're never going to know unless you ask. And this is your spouse. This is the father of your children. So, yeah, just come at it from a different angle. And if that's not the case, well, then, girl, I don't know what to tell you then, because...
Yeah. It's all in your approach, and that's the absolute best way to approach it.
All right. So, hey, you got good news here. So I know you still have a problem on your hands, but hopefully you guys can come up with some kind of solution, and we'll put good vibes out there that he gets that call back, or he gets that interview that he desperately needs and can get back out there in the workforce. Okay.
Amen.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for all your help.
You're welcome, Audrey. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched? Well, you can get way more of The Bert Show on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.